Hey YouTube, this video is going to be kind of a hybrid between my Praxis series, which dealt with the Book of the Black Dragon, which is still ongoing, and my regular book reviews. So today we're looking at Daemonolatry, Goetia, however you want to pronounce it, by S. Connolly. At the bottom, it mentions this is a modified grimoire. It is very easy to find. It's one of those books that's made on demand from Amazon, and it's like $20. And I will say, for a paperback, you're getting a very thin book. It's kind of up to you if you want to spend $20 on this or spend an extra $10 and get the hardbound version. But that's beside the point. It's really the contents that I wanted to discuss, and there's a lot to unpack when you're looking at demonolatry, which is not demonology. For those of you who may have been in the occult for any amount of time, you will know that the classic grimoires, the Solomonic grimoires, are the basis for the Goetia, and there's some things in it that are very obscure by nature, and I'll start the video early by saying if you are a diehard Stephen Skinner fan, you're probably going to disagree with a lot of stuff in this video, but I think it's a workable system for just about anyone. The core of the Solomonic tradition is conjuring up demons to do your bidding and threatening them and coercing them and torturing them into obeying you and calling on the divine names of God. And it all just sounds like a bad idea, and I honestly don't want God to have any part of my workings, at least the Jehovah God that's referenced in a lot of the text. So this grimoire that I'm talking about here, or just the practice of demonolatry in general, takes it on a different approach, where you are working with the spirits instead of commanding them. You are building a relationship and becoming familiar with these spirits. Some would call them demons, when in reality they are just various old gods. And the thing I like about the book is, although it's so thin, it actually hits all the stuff you would need to know to get an introduction to see if this is something you'd even want to do. After it gives you some initial introductions, it lists all the kings, the dukes, the marquises, the princes, presidents, earls, and mentions their correspondences, and then all of the spirits that would fall under that position. It mentions the seal and the construction. That's the traditional circle. And then you can see here in the artists, or the author's example of how they would change some of these names to be names found within the Goetia or other books. And I've gone through here and I've highlighted a lot of stuff that I can go back and reference later, and talks about using a scrying mirror where the spirit will appear and or materialize. I've gone through and filled out some terms that I might not be as familiar with. Talks about how the brass vessel can be used to store your sigils for future reuse. Some conjurations to call the spirit, the invocation of the four kings, and then it goes into all the spirits themselves, a little bit more detail, the original purpose, the author's experiences and notes, and then the sigils. Oh boy. So, there's a lot of really good information in this book, and it is It's very cheap for what you're getting, and it's really up to you on if you think it's worth it. Are there a lot of books that cover these demons, these spirits? Absolutely. There's probably more books on that than anything. But when you look at it from a demonolatry perspective, that's this approachable. You know, it's hard to deny. What you're getting here is going to be very valuable to you. It strips away the Judeo-Christian spin on some of those old grimoire workings. And I've always been curious about working with all these spirits myself, but I didn't know how to address the idea of commanding and torturing spirits along with, again, Judeo-Christian influence. So this was a good way for me mentally to get past that and actually do the work. I've already got, I think, 2 other of S. Connolly's books on the way that I'm going to start to study more of, so I can keep you in the loop on that. But yeah, this is something I'm very excited to begin working. I did mention it earlier, I do still plan to work on the Book of the Black Dragon. I'm at a bit of a crossroads at the moment, because you get something like this that is, I guess, in a way finished, but ever evolving with modern practitioners, versus the Black Dragon, which is by design and somewhat by necessity extremely wordy, but also unfinished. It's not going to be until Book of the Black Dragon Part 3 proper where we, according to the previous 2 texts, start getting into actual practice. And I really feel drawn to the practice portion, especially this time of year. So we shall see. I've already got candles and incense for all the ones that are listed here, and I've got a scrying mirror that should be here on the way soon. And from my, I believe, last video about the obsidian, not the obsidian mirror, the last book I did by Troy, I can't remember the name of right now. There were some questions I got about where to order an obsidian mirror, so if the one I'm getting is what I'm expecting, I might do a review on that as well. So, but yeah, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or experiences with working with these spirits, I'd be happy to hear it, and hope you have a good day.